We're here for a picnic.
To empower the young people back in Kenya and to give them a wide view so that they could be able to explore, global opportunities that are there. I think in one of the interviews that you did, there are some students who have also had an opportunity to come to Kenya from Germany. And we've had a couple of programs that have been very instrumental in terms of connecting the program and I also one of the interviews that you were.
What's up? Must come down. Personally, don't take it for granted, and I think it's a beautiful that, like we were talking about the sunset, the sun rose. We are chasing the sunset. How does it make you feel to see people like
simple things like, for instance, you're talking about financial literacy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Nutella episode of Victors with Victor. This is gonna be a special episode, and as I'm making junk, this guy is making ugali. So this is gonna be a special feature for this guy. Keep it locked. It's interesting. Ugali cooking. I just made Nutella bread, and we are also living in a few. But it's gonna be a very interesting episode. What goes up must come down. What comes down has to be pushed up. And so this is a very special video, and I want you guys to lock in. My name is Victor. This is Victors with Victor, and this is where we stay. I didn't give you guys a house tour. I don't think I'm gonna ever give you a house tour here. But it's been interesting. It's been a very sweet journey. Look at this. Chocolates, whatever, wine, sugar, whatever. But it's been an exciting moment sharing videos with you guys, and so I'm very excited for this episode. We are living in a few, so I'll keep you guys posted. Yes, I'm carrying soup and Nutella bread, and this is the caravan that we're going to be using. So guess what we're doing? We are chasing, what are we chasing, bro? Before we even introduce you, we are chasing the sunset. So I'm chasing the sunset. I always thought I was crazy at home and in the village, and now I met more mad people. So this is one of the mad people that I'm interviewing through this episode. And let me know any questions that you'd like me to ask him, or if you're curious. Another mad person is here. Working, busy, and still chasing the sunset. This is interesting. Yeah, so let me show you guys the other side. Yes guys, so that's the Kenyan team. We're gonna get the sunset whatsoever. But it's a joyful evening. Things like this give me a smile, and so I'm happy that we are chasing the sunset. The first time I was chasing the sunset, some people were like, who chases the sunset? And they thought it's madness, but I think it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a rare thing that not every normal person, people who consider themselves normal, really realize how beautiful it is to chase this rare thing, and especially in Europe, because they don't have it all. I mean, in Africa people take that for granted because it's there all year through, but in Europe, man, it's rare. You have to really get to understand what a gem it is to have sunset. Look at the thing, man. And so we're with the Kenyan team, and we've carried food, and we're going to the correct spot for this until it goes down. Music, vibing, and great conversations. And so I had Ernest is somebody I wanna introduce in this video, and we really get to know him through this video. And so it is very exciting for me, one, to really bring him on this platform of mine for the very first time, but also interestingly just get to understand the work that we do together and how relationships, and just being a person of what do you say? Be a man of value. No, it's not of value. Being a person of honor, honorable person. Hey guys, look at the view, just the view, and then that's renewable energy. That's the best way to actually make money here. Here, if you have one of that, you have inheritance for the rest of your life. So guys, this is where we're going to be watching the sunset. I bet they don't even know. Hey, Hope, what are we here for? A picnic. What are we here for, Judy?
To see how the sun sets.
Yeah, nice. It's good. What are we here for?
A picnic.
What are we here for?
We're here for a picnic.
What are we here for?
A picnic.
What are we here for? No clue. These guys have no clue what we're here for. Hey, what are we here for?
Adventure kiasi hapa.
What are we here for?
Kukula tu na kudonjo.
I didn't expect much from you, by the way. What are we here for?
Picnic.
What kind of picnic?
Eating.
Hey, this guy is from Kibera. Hey, Austin, what are we here for?
We are here for a picnic.
What kind of picnic?
Like a back to Kenyan picnic.
What are we here for?
We are here for a picnic.
What
And
kind of picnic? And?
a picnic of remembering us. We are here for a picnic.
What kind of picnic?
Remembrance.
Yeah. What are we here for,
A
Austin?
picnic.
What kind of picnic?
A Kenyan picnic that it's in Germany because we are going back to Kenya soon.
Now guys, listen what we are here for. Daktari, what are we here for?
We're here for what he has said. A Kenyan picnic for Kenyans in Germany because we are going back to Germany tomorrow.
Why this specific place?
Oh, this specific place is scenic. It's quiet.
Why this particular time?
This particular time because of the sunset.
The sunset. Guys, listen what we are here. Why we are here this time?
For the sunset.
For the sunset.
Watch the beautiful sunset.
Yeah, and you can see behind him how this just beautiful it is. So this is actually our featured guest for this interview or this particular episode. The kids are eating food. I've spotted a spot for our interview, and so we'll grab food and then we'll head to our interview.
And everyone who wants to join me, as far as I have my plate, I will go up there because it looks really beautiful to see everything. So if you want to join.
Grapes by the sunset, dinner by the sunset. In the middle of nowhere in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you all have been waiting for this interview. And we are here. It's amazing, a view in front of us. As you can tell, we are sunbathed. And as I shared in the few snippets, as I'd shared in the snippet, and I'll probably share with you guys. So we're out here for the sunset. And like I say, anything that goes up, anything that comes down, everything that comes down must go. How do they say it?
Anything that goes up must come.
And if it comes down,
It still goes up.
it has to be pushed up for it to go up. So I'm here with he will introduce himself for the very first time, like just an episode for him. I mean, he's been in a few of the snippets or the snipchats. Yes, but officially we get to introduce him on Victor's with Victor. Is somebody I've known for a while. Introduce yourself.
Yo, my name is Ernest Hindi, but many know me as Dr. Harry. And Victor has been a very, very good friend of mine, and we know each other from way back, yeah. And I'm sure today we're really going to talk a lot. He's been busy. I've been wondering why he hasn't interviewed me for a while.
We've known each other for many years.
15 years now.
15 years.
15 years now.
And he's never been on my platform.
No, he's never been on my platform. I've been begging him.
No, don't make me look like that to my viewer. But we never got a chance actually to have this. So it's actually a very special moment, and we are, if our camera person can turn and show you the view this way, we are in the middle of Germany, a place called Ischwender. Ischwender.
He put the place like this.
Yeah. As you guys can tell, it's a beautiful view, and I personally don't take it for granted. And I think it's a beautiful, that like we were talking about the sunset, the sun rose. When did the sun rise for us? How did we meet, if you remember, just to jog your memory?
Yeah, I think we connected with a project. You were a social worker at Kibera. I was a social worker at a place known as Kasarani on the eastern side of Nairobi. And through a joint mutual friend here, we got to link up somewhere in the city center, and from there I think we share the visions with each other, yeah? And from there we just clicked on, and it was yeah, let's do this together. Let's look at a way in which you can be able to share, celebrate, and make Sakas even better in Nairobi area. So that is how I can remember.
It's an interesting journey, but it's also interesting to hear you just have a recap in 3 statements of how we met. The journey has been long. 15 years is a long time.
True.
If we could compile it, I don't think it would be in one video, but we want to make the most out of it. So Dr. Ernest Indi, who is Dr. Ernest Indi? And how do you find yourself in the art space?
Okay. I still must say this, by the way. I'm really honored to be in this channel. I must start from that point.
I'm honored to have you.
Yeah, I'm really honored, because I mean, you have been promoting ghetto positivity. As far as I remember, from way back when we used to hold so many events in Kibera and also other parts of the road. So that's one of the reasons as to why
Yeah, so event in community work. So you were telling us who Dr. Ernest Dindi is and how you found yourself into the event and art space.
Yeah, kind of like started a long time ago when I was young. I think how it used to happen in the community is that you would do so much of gymnastics and acrobatics within the area of the spaces that we are in. So we put some sawdust and have a big tire. We call it African trampoline. Yeah. So a big track tire that you put somewhere, and then you come do some jumps on it and do a few flips from here and there. So that's kind of how we started, and we just doing it for fun. And later on, it got into some level of seriousness, because we started taking it seriously anyway, because the ambition has always been to come out of the ghetto and look at a way in which you can be able to eke a living. So one of the ways through which we saw an opportunity and some light was through acrobatics and circus, because there are some guys who are ahead of us, and some of our mentors who were able to come out of the ghetto, come out of the ghetto through acrobatics and dance. And as a result of that, some were inspiration to our community. And we looked up to these young people who were coming up, doing productions within the country and also get an opportunity to go outside. And so we were like, yeah, I want to be like them, because for many of them who are able to do that, they got an opportunity to come out and better their lives.
Right.
So for me and my elder brother was the greatest inspiration into this. We actually joined together, and we were like, yeah, we can be able to also do this. And out of that, now the organization that we are in right now was able to pull up a group, and out of that, one contract led to another up to this point. But many still ask now, where does the other doctor come in?
That was the question
That
I
was
was
the
to come
question.
to. Whose
the big
dream
question.
was it?
So this kind of a personal story. So while my brother was so much aggressive into this, we also got to be very, very aggressive with it, in terms of we would go out, and because it wasn't really safe to train outside there, because we just use sawdust and train out in the field. So whenever we would come at home, we would get a lot of injuries. So you come out at home, you either had a slip, or sometimes you could probably twist your arm. And so there are so many accidents that my good mom had to deal with. So it was like, from today onwards, and then you're not going to go out. And one particular story that actually I remember so well was that back in the days when you used to engage in these activities, and acrobatics is very engaging. So you use all parts of your body, and you would train all day long, morning to evening, sometimes during the holidays. And so what would happen is that you'll come back home. In Swahili we say ukiwa na njaa. Serious. So I remember this particular day, me and my bro, we came home from training, and we managed to clear a whole packet of 2 kg
Maize flour.
Ugali, maize flour. And my mom was like, this is not going to be sustainable.
Traumatic.
This is traumatic now. It can't go on like this. And so as a result of that, and also the injuries that you used to get when you're training by yourself, because you're just training by observing, not training technically. So there was a curfew that was actually put in our house. We come back home by 5, and there was also another directive that we should never engage in acrobatics again, because of course when you get injuries, you have to go to hospital, and that's another expense. And in the ghetto, there's a priority in terms of finances and resources.
Right,
for the
right,
parents,
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what used to happen. So for me, I was locked up most of the times in the house. We used to sneak out to go for training with my bro. But my elder brother, could do it well and better than me, sneak out of the house and go for training in a hall known as Madare Social Hall. And sometimes, if not Madare Social Hall, in another place known as Dandora Social Hall. So that's why we used to do a lot of our training. So for me, I used to be like a couple.
So the curfew comes, mom is complaining about the food, which I think is an experience we are facing with kids today and their parents in the community.
Yeah.
But now, where do you decide I'm going to be a doctor, or who decides it for you?
I always had a passion, and I always had a knack for books. At the same time, very active in gymnastics. So for me, when the curfew was placed, and I wasn't as creative as my brother to sneak out of the house. So what I used to do most of the times is just read, because that is the only thing I could do. So I used to read a lot of books at the same time too. And so when I finished high school, and after high school, I joined the University of Nairobi and did comparative medicine for 5 years. I graduated, and immediately after graduation, that's when we joined up with my bro to now make a structure for.
So you graduated with what? Because the University of Nairobi, one of the major university in Eastern and Central in Africa, actually, I think it's the top 5, right?
True,
yeah. And then you graduate from the university and you decide to join your brother in acrobatics.
Yeah, because that's how passion sometimes can be.
And who sent you to the university?
The other passion to just to do stuff that is to do with books. I loved sciences.
Right.
At the same time, you see, when you love something, you go for it.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be on a straight line that you strictly have to adhere to something. So if you love science and you love dance, you can be a scientist who loves dancing, and you can be a scientist who dances. So it really doesn't matter.
As one of the top students, what does your comrades, for lack of a better word, see you today with the work that you do and think about you?
Oh, sometimes in the beginning it was confusing.
For them.
It was confusing for me.
It should be equally confusing for me.
It was very hard. And also one of my biggest supporters, also my mom. It was also a bit confusing
for her.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing for her. You know. But again, like I said, you go for a passion. And so we needed to set up this structure, because remember, the ultimate goal was to empower. Because as a result of what my brother was able to achieve, we were able to get out of the ghetto and have some decent living.
Right.
In fact, sorry about that. In fact, what had happened is that all of us were actually schooled from acrobatics. So then we decided if one family, this thing can be able to have a big impact on one family, then how about if you have a structure that's able to support so many?
Which has seen thousands and thousands of youths under and through your mentorship go through international platforms and just achieve in life. One of them that I've featured here is John Owino, who, by the way, Ernest played a huge role in making the person that he is today. How does it make you feel to see people like John Owino, and what is it that is about John Owino that you see? Because I just didn't see the passion, but then the love and the push that you had for him to get to the international platform.
I must also admit that with the proper basing in terms of the foundation that you get specifically to John, and John is one of the people who actually inspires me a lot. And sometimes you see, we started with the question of it sounds so much conflicting, doing doctor things and at the same time doing acrobatics, because these are so two different words, performance arts and academia on the other hand. And it can be confusing, and even at a personal level sometimes it can be very confusing, because you really ask yourself whether you're doing the right thing, whether in the right place, even though you have that inner passion to, you just know it within you that something.
In a community that values education and thinks the education is the only key to success, I would get it.
So with John, this grape is sweet. And the sun is also going down.
It's beautiful. I hope you're showing them the sunset as well, in the middle of us.
So John is one of the stories that actually inspires me a lot, and to invest in more time into this program. Because having come from, the inner tenets of the
core
of the and just yesterday I was speaking with one of his teachers and trainers here in Germany, and he was telling me that he's actually the best in the world when it comes to what the act and the disciplines that he's doing right now.
Well, he graduates next year. I got the honor to perform at one of his to watch at one of his mega shows in the Netherlands, and I hope we'll get an opportunity to do a follow-up interview together at his graduation. So I hope he invites you for the graduation as well, and I hope we meet there. This is my hope, that next year we'll meet for his graduation.
Yeah, that would be an honor. I mean, it will be so much inspiring to see just coming from where he has come from to achieving what he has on a global stage.
I think you are an important person and player to where he is. So definitely John should get you a flight to the Netherlands. If John is watching, now you know. Yes, but I
So, like I was saying, having like succeeded on a global stage, coming from the inner tenets of the bear, and much of the work he has done, he pushed himself. Makes us so proud to be honored to be part of his life and his journey towards success on a global stage.
I mean, having worked with you for 15 years and known you for 15 years, I mean, you have done an experiment we have done an experiment with a lot of students, and actually been students using these students just to learn what is it that we can offer differently, what direction do we want to take as leaders with other students, what directions do we want to give them. And I know a lot of people that you have personally mentored that came into Europe or went into the US, made millions, but came back into the gutter. What are some of the things that you have learned, the don'ts and the do's and the don'ts in your mentorship work?
Yeah, one of the things that really sticks out for me is that sometimes when it comes to performances, we really so much into technical stuff. Yeah. How best can you be in a particular art? And that is good if you're specialized and if you're good at what you do. But the other aspects of life that make life holistic is what sometimes you miss out when it comes to mentorship.
This
Social life, general health, just simple things like, for instance, you're talking about financial literacy, relationships. When you address issues of, social economic nature.
Which I think is very important. Just recently when we did an audition and recruited, we had a session where I was teaching people how to brush their teeth, and some of the people thought it was weird until we finished the session, and then people were like, actually I haven't known how to brush my teeth for this time. I was teaching people how to respect other people's boundaries and just, and people would not understand why you teach them this, and then eventually when they get an international gig, then that's when they call and they'll be like, hey, this and this and this. So continue.
Yeah, so to give you a personal story, having come from a ghetto, you're not exposed to some of these things. So you have this buffet. You know where you're heading to. So
this is interesting, but I like my viewers to know
all
about
kinds
it.
of foods, so you know what kind of use. So really sweet, so much on a table, and then the ice cubes at the end.
Okay.
So you go with your plate and you put like everything, and then you top it up with ice cubes on top. I mean, so those are the things that you're talking about. So, it's, so yeah. So when I think about these things and I reflect upon them, I mean, they give you the importance of just the simple things that matter. Yeah.
Simple things that really actually take you to the next level. And I've said this in my vlogs and other of my interviews, that I wasn't the great of a dancer or performer, but in Kenya or East Africa, and you know this, but I think these are the basic things that I've seen us actually be around tables that people didn't believe that we would be on. So where we are right now, I know it started from a point of just volunteering and feeling like we didn't want young people to go through what we went through, to give in, and to a place where it gets us to be coming to Germany, traveling to Europe and around the world. How does this make you feel right now?
The world is becoming smaller. The network is really.
The world is becoming smaller.
It's becoming smaller.
The plane has become a matatu. That is what he's saying.
And the important thing is you get to learn from other cultures, like research like programs. You get to learn of other experiences, and they help you build you up.
What do you envision for it's been 10 years doing this program consecutively, and especially the cultural exchange program, which is, I think, the core of this project, bringing young people, because in our generation we were used to bringing seniors to Europe and around the world. Now we have young people coming, and young people coming from Germany or Europe or the US to learn from young people in Kenya. What is your vision for this program?
Okay. Again, the baseline of the vision is to empower the young people back in Kenya and to give them a world view so that they could be able to explore, global opportunities that are there. I think in one of the interviews that you did, there are some students who have also had an opportunity to come to Kenya from Germany, and we've had a couple of programs that are been very instrumental in terms of making the program. And I also one of the interviews that you were with a gentleman known as Lina, and a couple of others who have also come. I can mention them: Martha and Malu and Manuel, and they come on a program where they come to Kenya for like 3 months, and they get to experience this cultural exchange. And again, there's that aspect of also technical exchange that happens. So that has really helped to charm and inspire our youth.
Right. No, go ahead.
That has really helped to inspire our youth, because the program, the way we plan it, we have designed it, is such that we have activities happening throughout the year, and all these activities are building up to the bigger vision and the bigger goal, which is to have an ultimate exchange that empowers that general vision of empowering the young people in Kenya through the passion that they have.
Right. Growing up, I think what we saw, especially with foreign students or foreign artists, is we had nothing to offer. I saw Lino and Malu come stay, and at that time I was traveling, but you had a one-on-one experience with them for 3 months. And what really strikes me about the two is just how much they could be able to grasp and acknowledge that they learned from Kenya. What is it that strikes you about the two of them and the experience you had with them for the 3 months in Kenya?
Well, these are some of the most passionate people I've met in this field. Young people, very visionary, very passionate about what they do. And what I've come to learn about the whole idea of having a 3-month exchange is it's not just about like what we were talking about earlier. It is just about just having a technical exchange, because by all means we all agree that they are advanced countries when it comes to performance.
Right.
We're still at a developing stage. So the technical aspect that they bring also benefits us to a certain extent, to a greater extent. But the most important thing is that they bring in that passion, that vision, so that people are able to learn. So what I've learned from them is something immaterial.
Right.
It's not so much technical. Is that you can really because they've come from so far.
Right.
And they're coming and facilitating this in a country that someone stepping in for the very first time. Yeah, new experiences, new food, new environment, different weather, you know. But they brace all these challenges so that they could come and not only learn but also exchange with us ideas.
Right. In a nutshell, as we finish, tell us some of the programs that we are doing in Kenya, and if a parent in Kenya would be watching, what is it that we have to offer?
Like I said, the way we have structured the program is such that one program builds there are several programs within the bigger program, where one program builds up to another. So how we have designed it is such that we have circus clubs in schools, where now we get to inspire the children who are in these spaces with skills of performance arts.
Right.
That's why we get them, because it's just common sense that 70% of the time the kids spend in schools. So that's the perfect place to go and find and churn this passion that they have or the skills that they may have. Secondly, what we are also doing is that we also have spaces that we mentioned where we actually met, where these activities also happen. So we also offer like school, after school activities in the evenings and during the weekends, so that the kids can also come and learn further. Thirdly, we are also trying to pull events that are going to like help us share skills, so that we get, as much as we're coming all the way here to learn, I believe that also locally we're able to like exchange a lot of ideas, a lot of creativity. So what we are doing is to come up with events, and we have done several in the past, festivals included, where students come and now exchange within just Kenya and Nairobi environment, and we come and celebrate, you know, the passion of circus and performance arts in general. And fourthly is now this particular exchange program, where every year we are bringing in, you know, Kenyan students to come to Germany and experience what circus is all about. And they get to learn about the culture, they get to learn about the passion that it is, they get to have a different outlook. I can remember, and this maybe I'll just take you back, is that there was a student that we actually got from a very, very interior part of Kenya, a place known as Ishamara.
Ishamara, this was
in a
and the child's name was
Jane.
Jane. I remember
Jane,
Jane, the brown Jane, the vibrant Jane, yes.
So as you know, life in the village, and especially as a young lady, growing up in a very interior part, this is just about, okay, let me finish school and then look for someone who I'm going to marry. And that's the whole look of life.
Right.
So when we started this particular program in this area, I mean, this girl was completely changed, because she also got an opportunity to come, to Nairobi and experience the programs, and at the same time got an opportunity to come to Germany, and also got to like experience now the world on a global stage. So this actually changed the outlook. So when she went back, they had to change the school, they had to change where she was learning, and even if you listen to her talk, you could sense that there's something different about her in terms of how she views things, in terms of her outlook of life. So this particular programs is how we intend to like inspire people with the exchange program, so that at least when you're able to do that, then you're building up to what you're building from schools to the festivals, to the events that you're doing in Kenya. And so by that, I believe that when somebody reaches at that particular stage, on a global stage where you're now able to share ideas, then they can express themselves widely.
You talk about all these things, and I think I want to really echo that. You talk about it with humility, but it's huge, the work that we do in Kenya together, but most importantly also what you do as a community, because I came and I found you already on the scene, and you had a set how do we say, a structure on how to do things. And my question is, as we close, what are the challenges you're facing as a leader? If you could just bullet them.
Wow. Yeah. The challenges are so many, but they're part of life, you know. So, as a leader, of course, you would. It is a quite a resource intensive project. You know, getting people all the way from Kenya to just come and learn, and also equipping just a space for performance arts. You know how it is. It's usually very resource intensive. So some of that aspect of not being able to resource some of the spaces that we have has been a big challenge, because you end up, of course, not achieving the dream that you have in terms of how you'd want to do productions of shows, you know. And so that to me has been one of the biggest challenges, but we're really trying ways through which we can be able to mitigate on this, because either way the dream has to be realized. But I can say for the biggest challenge, because it's resource intensive, has been that.
So now, as he said, there are so many, he's refusing to focus on the challenges, and it's more focused on the positive outcomes that have come out of. So from the ghetto to doctor, from doctor to an international platform where you're giving thousands of youths an opportunity to be able to fly.
Yes.
You are looking at Ernest, not the doctor, a young Ernest,
Yes.
at teenage, and you want to say a word to them as we close. What should you tell Ernest? Not the doctor, just Ernest.
I think pursue what you like.
Tell Ernest. Young Ernest.
A younger version of me is that I can't regret really seeing the older version with grey hair right now. But
You
still, I will say, pursue your passion.
Pursue your passion.
Find things that make you happy, and run with them.
Because
Because at the end of the day, we all deserve some sense of happiness.
anything you yearn to say as we close?
Yeah. So for me, I would like to appreciate this opportunity. It's such an honor to be
It's
here.
an honor to have you.
It's an honor to have you.
It's an honor to have you.
You know,
For the first time we're hosting a doctor. I mean, look at the skyline. The skyline in the middle of Germany. Come on, guys, sunset, literally.
I must say that he's one of the persons who have really challenged me so much. I say, look at your passion for what you do and what you've been able to achieve in Kibra, and the many thousands of people that you can count that is sometimes not talking about right here. And those are the things that really inspire me to really go on for it.
Right, the future looks bright. To be honest, you're also one of the people. I mean, it's likewise been really inspired by a lot of things. I learn a lot of things from you. As you know, I can be very, just out there, but I mean, I see how sometimes slow you move, and it reminds me of the Swahili say, pole pole ndio mwendo. But again, sometimes it's about time. Sometimes pole pole doesn't help. But like I said, I think I've worked with a lot of people, and 15 years, not just being friends, but also brothers.
Yeah.
In this field, and learning closely how honorable you are with your honesty, and this is a rare thing to find for us young people who are from the ghetto.
Yeah.
And just how you keep to your word is something I value. But also because in this field we've seen so many people, but they tend to take advantage of the poor.
Yeah.
And how you genuinely come out for young kids that are deserving. Anybody in Kenya, I mean, you have 16 slots of opportunity to bring kids to Germany, and anybody in Kenya would sell these opportunities at $1,000 or $10,000 or euros, and people would buy this. But you genuinely go deep into the slum and take the most deserving kids to bring here. So it's just an honor to be seeing some of these things and just learning closely that, you know, good pays and it eventually pays. So I'm very honored to have you on Victors with Victor. And I must say, this is one of my favorite episodes of Victors with Victor.
I'm ultimately a Victor now.
You've always been a Victor. So it was really nice having you here with grapes, and thank you for the grapes and the food and the sunset. So ladies and gentlemen, that was it with our first doctor on the channel. Let me know what you guys think on the comment section. And if you're in Kenya, we're also starting camps for kids. That is something we didn't talk about. We'll have another interview where we'll be launching the movement officially, and we'll share all the social media platform on description. And please stay locked in. So a lot of rich people have been complaining that we are denying them opportunities, which is vice versa. So young people should, poor people should be complaining, but now rich people are complaining. So we have an opportunity for, if you are a parent and you're rich and you want your teenage kid to, if you want to entrust your teenage kid with us to come to Europe and experience 10 days of serious camp. We'll have camp starting from Kenya, where we'll be doing evaluation or auditions. And we'll bring, the slots will be very limited. Every summer we'll be bringing 10 kids to come here, but of course with the goal to build passion that would lead to what John is doing now in the Netherlands. Any closing remarks or anything that we are missing?
Yeah, I'm very honored to be here. Again, saying it again and again. Yeah, and I hope we get to achieve the second phase of our vision together.
We achieved the first one, we're going to achieve the next one and the next one and the next one.
It's victor after victor.
Victory
after victory.
Until I see you guys in the next video.
Peace out.